Hello, my YouTube people. If you are new to this channel, my name is Busisiwe, cute angel. So today's video is gonna be a little bit more of a chit chat. So we're gonna be a bit unserious. We've been so serious in my previous videos, right? So today I just wanna have a chit chat with my single ladies who do not have kids, right? So I'm gonna first start off by saying if you are single and you are childless, flex. Flex, my darling. Flex, flex, flex. You are the one, you know, you are the one lady that, baby mamas. I hate that word, by the way, has so many negative connotations. Like, you are the one that um other kids your age, like, I love to refer myself as a kid, right? Because I see myself as a kid. I'm not married, I don't have a kid yet, so I don't really belong in the motherhood or adults, even though people might refer to me as an adult. You are the one that other kids out there, they envy, like they hate you. I also hate to say that word. Like, they envy you so much because you don't have a lot of responsibilities. You can just, let me just tell you guys a scenario. So last year, right? I think if you've been one of my subscribers until now, you do know I have shared that I've lost my mom last year. So last year was like a pretty intense year for me. Like, mentally, I was not coping, even though I was there, but my mind was like far away. So my work, it was like pretty intense. I couldn't handle it. I couldn't handle it emotionally and spiritually. So I decided to quit my job, right? So had I had a child, had I had a, you know, had I had a baby looking at me, I wouldn't have a choice. I remember, like, having that conversations with my previous colleagues, like, this job, like, they're not treating us right. It's like there were so many dodgy things going on. Even the permanent staff were like, they were quitting their jobs. So I think it was around about October or November. So that's like a mini story time. I decided to quit my job. So had I had a child or a young one, I wouldn't have a choice. So have having being childless is such a privilege that, I'm also grateful to my dad that he's made an investment, that I'm at a point where if I decide not to work, if we can still afford our household. We can still afford to pay our household expenses. Like, we can still live off what my dad's. I don't want to call it investments, by the way. But yeah, we do have some sort of, he does have some sort of income, yana, besides his grant, because he's a senior citizen. So those are the things to think about. You have a choice. You you're not stuck to be in a job that you don't like, or in a job where you're not being treated right. You know what? Even when you find a new job, right? Because if this new opportunity, it opens itself and you find a new job, you don't have like an installment, because, guys, a child is debt. Even if I hate to call it that, A child, especially if your baby daddy is not really involved in your child's life, financial, especially financially, a child is a debt. A child is like an installment. A child, whenever you find a job now, you can't even enjoy your salary because you are responsible. You're the one that decided to bring them, even if you say it was a mistake. We all do mistakes, but you're the one by making a certain choice that you're going to bring this child into this earth. So you are financially, emotionally, spiritually responsible for this young one. So you find a job, you find a new job, you can't even enjoy your salary. You are in your current job, you cannot even enjoy your salary because you have to buy if they are younger than 12 months, if they are not in the walking stage, you have to buy my pampers and milk and all those stuff. If they are older, you have to buy clothes. You can't even think of yourself that, oh, I need to go treat myself to a spa. Like there's certain luxuries in life that you won't be able to enjoy anymore. Even you find like a new relationship. We talk about relationships a lot in this channel. You find this new relationship, you can now like fully enjoy your new relationship, you know because now this guy that's gonna be in your life has to now, because not all the time, not that they have to financially support, they have to be like act a role of a father to your young one, especially if your baby daddy is not involved. They have to, in a way, they have to financially support your young one, especially if your baby daddy is not involved. So you don't really enjoy your new relationship because there's a young one. So if you are single, especially if you're in the 20s, 30s, even if you're in the 40s, flex. That is a flex. Flex, 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 flex. You don't have this lifetime responsibility. You're free with your money. You don't have to be stuck in a relationship that you don't like because now this new person or boyfriend, this new person or boyfriend is now financially helping you with your child, or they are taking a role of a father to your child. Yeah, guys, so it's such a privilege not having kids when you're not married. Okay, we also talk about marriage a lot on this channel, but there's so many. Don't let these people, who cannot even afford their kids, because there's no one in their right mind who will be busy pressurizing you, asking you about your kids. I feel like also, let's stay out of each other's rooms. Especially the people with kids should like, they should stay out of other people's rooms because they're so concerned like, when are you having a child? Oh, you're getting old, when they cannot even afford to maintain their own children. Like, what's that? So do not let anyone pressurize you into having kids. Number one, because at the end of the day, once you have that young one, you are the one who's going to be financially responsible for that one. You are the one that's going to be emotionally responsible. Yo, white ring, guys. You don't understand the privilege. If you are having a bad day, if you're having a bad day, you can just decide to sleep the whole day and no one's gonna bother you. No one's gonna be looking at you. If you're coming back from work, or it's even if it's payday, you brought, a few plastics. No one's gonna be coming and running up to you to see have you bought them something. Because also another thing, kids are very selfish. Kids are very selfish. I think it's their nature. They mature as they grow up. They want everything to themselves. Whatever it is, whatever it is that you're making, they want it for themselves. You can't buy yourself chocolates without thinking about your child, because your child is selfish. That's the nature of kids. I mean, think of us when we were growing up. We would endlessly ask for our parents for money, and sometimes not to even think that they work that money. They sacrifice their sleep. They go to work for that money. They sacrifice a lot for their children. So I think it's the nature of kids. They're just selfish and they think money is from heaven. So, but it goes back. I'm coming back to my point. Do not feel any pressure. Do not feel pressurized to have a child. Do not let anyone pressure you just because when now you're getting old or old dads. Once that child is there, it will be more than about your age. It will be more than about your paycheck. Because even if you do have a job, let's say God graciously blessed you with a job so that you can financially provide for that child. Had it been that you didn't have that child, you will be like enjoying your money so much. You'll be saving up for holidays. Save up for holidays. You'll be saving up for holidays, going to spas. What's saying you have the freedom, you have the financial freedom when you don't have a child. So if you don't have a child, don't do not do not let anybody pressurize you into having a child. But I say it again, if you do not have a child, flex, flex. Even if you're in your 30s, flex. It's a flex. It's a flex. Also, like not to forget, not to forget that I know on this channel we do not advise having sex before marriage, but just for safety reasons, if you are already engaging, there's so many methods of preventing yourself. Like there's so many methods of prevention, right? Even though I know a lot of people, they don't really know. There are others that they don't really use, but the safest method of prevention prevention is abstinence. That one is like 100%. There won't be any, you getting scared, that something best. No, we are like Svadala guys. You know what I'm talking about. You know. If you don't hear those things from me, the world is gonna teach you all these things and they're gonna teach you the wrong things. So there's so many methods of prevention, but me, I advise abstinence. This year I'm turning 34, so it's very much possible to abstain for to avoid all of this nonsense, to avoid having kids nje, out of wedlock, having kids, having to go through about maintenance costs, and cause baby daddy doesn't want to support. To avoid all of those things, just abstain. To show you guys that, people, they go to an extent, people do go to an extent to avoid having a baby when they're not ready. I mean, like, look at celebrities. those are people who are financially, like, for me, when I look at them, those are people who are financially independent. They like financially they can afford to have a child, you know, just from their budget, from the money they make, they can afford having a child. But because they do understand what comes into having a child, that when you start having a child, you no longer have freedom to be yourself, because you have now another human being that you have to think of, they celebrities go to extreme measures to prevent having a child, even though I know maybe you guys might not be there yet, which is why just abstain. Just abstain for these things. Celebrities, they even go to an extent of like freezing their eggs, or what is that one? The one for, I don't know what that one is called. I forgot what it's called, but there's one for men, you know. But men, men and healthcare, they don't really do healthcare much. But I know that there is one for men that men do in order to prevent them to, like, in order to prevent having a child, to show you that people go through these extreme measures to show you that a child is more than just finances, guys. It's more than just that. Once you have the child, you are no longer, someone else is now financially, emotionally, spiritually dependent on you. Like, you are no longer have freedom of being like yourself, of doing anything that you want to do. Automatically, when you have a child, automat- automatically you are an adult. Automatically you are a mother. Even if you are 16-year-old, yeah, it's scary that there's 16-year-olds who are mothers and fathers. It's so scary, the world we live in, right? You are no longer a child. You are a mother. You are an adult. You, whenever we go to like youth conferences, those are the people sometimes they get confused on where they fall, because they are still part of the youth, but now the topics that are being discussed there, because when you know, yeah, because now they know, they kind of feel, they're no longer part of those things. So those are the other things, that come with having a child out of wedlock. You know, that's what we preach over here. No kids out of wedlock. The best preventative measure is abstinence. You can do all the others, but you don't have to, especially you are still broke. If you still don't have money, you're not financially stable yet, just abstain to avoid all of that nonsense. And yeah, lastly, stay away from baby daddies. You do not have a child, stay away from men with kids. I know that's for sure, because I shared a story time. I shared my story time. I love talking about this. I shared a story time about my ex. I dated someone which we were equally yoked, but then I wasn't really a Christian. But I'll link the story time below. But my experience from all of that, I didn't go into that relationship with someone when they had a baby, like when they already had that child. I went into this relationship. This person didn't have a child. They cheated on me, and then they had a child. So even though that time, yeah, that whole thing, yeah, go to my story time. And if you want to find out, I know you guys like stories, you like gossip. I did a story time. I'll link it down below. So what I experienced in that whole relationship, whenever you date someone with a child, you experience a lot of problems that have to do with that child. And with you who doesn't have a child, it will feel in a way that they don't love you or they love their child more. But do remember that their child is their blood. You are not. You are just a girlfriend. This I'm talking about the girlfriend stage at this moment. When if it further escalates to like marriage, if ever, guys, you are going to marry someone with kids or someone with a child, please do understand that you are voluntarily entering a polygamy. Even though they will not call it polygamy, it is, because you will not remember. With you who doesn't have a child, for you this is an experience. It's a new experience. To them it's not a new experience. It's not a new experience in a sense which they have experienced that before. They have a child with someone else. So you have to accommodate the baby mama and the child, of which that the baby mama is gonna hate you. Like, just understand, they're not gonna like you, they're gonna hate you, because in their mind you took their man from them. Even though they broke up a long time ago, in their mind you took that man away from them. Now you guys are married. Going they're going to hate you. That's gonna come. You see, guys, why I'm saying it's a polygamy. Number two, that child is also not gonna like you, because in their mind you are the reason why their father is not married to their mother. So you see all of those things. So if you don't have a child, you guys, I know this man, they're good looking, okay? Try your best not to fall in love, because once you fall in love, it's over. It is over. It's over for you guys. Stay away from men with kids. If you don't have a child, stay away from men with kids. I know the world, they're gonna say all these things. We're gonna find a guy. They are there. Let's stop having this scarcity mindset, that men without children, they don't exist. They do exist. It's a way, it's just a way of those men manipulating us. And you know what? Those men, ask yourself, we are fixing the country here. We are fixing the country. Those men with kids, with baby mamas all over the place, they must go and marry their baby mamas or one of their baby mamas. We are fixing the country here, you guys, Because what these men, they do, they have kids outside, and then they know us, that we have become now desperate. Because for me, that is desperation. We've become desperate for marriage. I do also discuss about these things. Let's stop idolizing marriage, so that we can stop getting ourselves into baggage, with people with baggage. Let's take care of ourselves, guys. They know that, okay, they can do whatever and then come back to you who has saved themselves from marriage, to you who doesn't have a child, and then they propose marriage to you, and then you are gonna agree, because, oh my god, he just wanted to marry me. No, this nonsense needs to stop. Stay away from men with kids, because you, like I said, you are voluntarily entering into polygamy. Whenever you're going to date or marry a man with a child, when you don't have a child, you are entering into polygamy. That relationship is not your own. that relationship is going to come with baggage, it's going to come with problems, and their baby mama is not going to like you, their child from their ex is also not going to like you. Is that what you want? I mean, with you, especially if you saved yourself from marriage, you do not deserve all of that. You deserve the best of the best. You deserve quality marriage, a quality person, a quality man who does not have a child. So becoming a trend that a guy will go leave his, you know, he will go leave the woman who he has kids with for someone who does not have kids. I don't understand this. And we meaning us who are childless, we have made it a norm to also accept this man. And so let's stop this trend. It's becoming a trend that a man will go have kids out there and marry someone else without kids. Absolute nonsense. I I I really believe that guys, to avoid baby mama drama, they should just marry their baby mamas. Cause anyway, their baby mamas, they are the first love, all of that and all that. They have kids with them. So they should just marry their baby mamas. Cause um this thing that men are gonna go and spread kids and marry someone, that this thing has to come to a stop. Even though I know I'm not a man, and men, they hold the keys to marriage. But but I'm speaking on behalf of us. Like, let's take care of ourselves, ladies, without kids. Let us really take care. Let's stop giving these men our wombs. Let's not keep on giving these men free access to our wombs. Because that's what it is when you have a child with someone out of wedlock. You are giving them free access to your womb. So yeah, that is all I have for now.